Hey guys, Austin here. As you can see, I'm just getting ready to go to the gym and work out. Well, you probably can't tell that, but that's where I'm going. Anyways, without further ado, I need to address something. You may have seen this circulating around the internet yesterday, especially on both X and I believe Facebook picked it up, but mostly X. It's been hot. It's been a hot topic lately, and basically what happened is there's this dad of his, he has two daughters. He took him into the women's bathroom, to make sure they did whatever they had to do, and then they were gonna go to wash their hands. Right, they're at the sink, and this male Karen barges in, and his wife, I believe his wife was with him. I could be wrong, but basically the guy was complaining. He was like, basically, he's like, "You don't belong in the women's bathroom, dude," stuff like that. I didn't watch the whole video, but basically, from what I could grasp, is basically this guy was upset, yada yada yada. But at the end of the day, the dad started filming right when this guy barges in. So once the guy started acting up, that's when he started filming. A lot of people was like, "Oh, you should have gone to the women's bathroom. Why did he even film? Blah blah blah." It's like, well, if the older dude didn't barge in, I think he would have just went about his business as normal. Not to mention, I figured this guy might have been a single dad, and I was right. In fact, he said in the follow-up video, he mentioned that he had custody of his daughters for only 45 days out of the summer, aka, yeah, the guy's a divorced dad, and he's a single dad on top of that. So once you put those two things together, I think it's pretty clear what happened. And a lot of people are bashing the dad, but a lot of people are smartening up and actually saying, well, the older guy was actually wrong. And the police actually agreed, as the dad put in the following video. I watched part of it as well. Now, you're probably saying, Austin, yes, you are single. I am single. I acknowledge that, right? But also, you don't have any kids. True. I am 24 years old and don't have any kids yet. I'm not even dating anyone right now. So, why are you even commenting on this? Do you have any right to comment on this? I'm just commenting on this as a human being. If I had, and here's what I find that's funny. If this was, sorry, I had to keep it on. If this was a mother, a single mom, for example, with her two sons, young sons. The girls in this video were basically toddlers, I believe. So, what if the roles were reversed, and the mama decided that it was better, her boys were more comfortable in the men's room, right? And because obviously they're boys, it's obvious. And she decided to take them in there to, make sure they did what they had to do. And some older woman barged in and said, yeah, I'm in the men's bathroom, go into the women's, blah, blah, blah. What would the story have been then? You have to think about it. Everything's about how the story goes, right? How are you going to spin this story? You know what have happened? I'm going to turn off the engine. You know what have happened? Everyone, and I mean everyone, this would have been unanimous, right? Because this is the double standard, right? They would have, and I could be wrong. Please, if you disagree with what I'm about to say, please, 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 if you're going to disagree with me in the comment section, which I encourage you to do, please, for the love of God, be respectful when you tell me I'm wrong. And I'll happily accept if I'm wrong. But here's the thing. Everyone would have taken the side of the mom immediately. Are we serious? They would have taken the mom's side automatically, and not the older woman. Which, by the way, why would the older woman be in the men's bathroom in the first place? In the case of, if we're going back to the original, there was a woman there, which I believe was the man's wife, the older guy's wife, that was in there too. Like, walked in there. I think the dad should have locked the door. Because it was single use. It was not, I think he said the family bathroom was closed. So, that was the next best thing to do for his daughters. And I will say, as a dude, that the men's bathroom is more often than not, more gross than the women's. And that's what a lot of people have actually been saying online as well. They have actually notated that. It's like, yeah, the men's bathroom most of the times can be a lot more gross. And I agree. As someone who works in an environment where most of the time the men's bathroom does get a lot more messy, and it's unfortunate, but us dudes can, we have not the greatest hygiene habits, I'm not gonna lie, but that's beside the point, guys. I'm just ranting at this point, but in all seriousness, in all fairness, I think we should just take a step back and look at, the whole situation clearly and not just jump to conclusions. I think we should take the dad's side here. The dad was in the right the whole time. I mean, even if he chose to take his girls into the men's room and they'd be like, oh, what's two other girls doing in the men's room? Like, someone have found something wrong with this. And the same thing goes with the other scenario. If, say, in my theoretical, that the mom decided to take the boys into the women's bathroom, then someone's going to complain, like, you can't please everybody. I mean, you have to, at the end of the day, now, again, I'm not a parent, but for those of you who are parents, and I'm sure some of you who will comment at later will testify, you got to do what you believe is best for your kids. And I believe his dad did the right thing, and I believe he had best intentions for his daughters. He wanted to make sure they did their thing and they were, comfortable. They didn't have obviously the family room was unavailable. He did the next best thing. So, with that being said, I hope it made some sense. I hope, you guys understand where I'm coming from. So, until next time, guys, let's just continue working with common sense here and not run by emotions. I'm trying not to run by my emotions here, because the minute we do that, that's when things go wrong, is when we let our emotions run away from us. So, yeah, till next time, have a blessed day, and I'm going to be in the gym in a couple seconds here, so after I do that, once I get a minute, I will upload this. So, alright, that's it.